Hello everyone. I'm Pritesh Kumar Singh, and I have done my BTech in mechanical engineering, and currently I'm pursuing masters from NITK Surathkal in computational data science. And you can keep asking your doubts in the comment box. I will give a presentation, and after that we will discuss all the Q&As. Like Sailash has posted one question, we will cover all the Q&A in the end. Fine. So basically, Ansari Usama, who is presently studying in IIT Madras MS, he started this whole post-gate guidance thing in 2019. And this year, me and Vipin, who is currently studying mechatronics in IIT Patna, we joined him. We have made our website currently where you can already see many course reviews, and you get some idea about what the course is about and how are the placements there. We have already held some 5 sessions. Like we have held Q&A session for mechanical, electrical, electronics, and CSE, and even last week we had a Niti Mumbai Q&A session. So yeah, today's session will be about non-core preparation and why should you opt for coding. First of all, like everyone has a doubt, right? Like switch from why should you switch from code to data science? Like, what are the things? So let me first tell you about like whatever I have got from the website. Like here in website we have collected reviews from of all the seniors. So let's see what the seniors are telling. Like let's say for example an IT Calicut in energy engineering management, one branch it say. So say the senior has told about you should have a proper coding knowledge. If you have that coding knowledge, you can get placed. So that is not just in NIT Calicut thing. When you come to NIT Trichy or you go to old IITs, the number of non-core companies increase even more, and you have a chance to get placed in either data analytics or software profile. So that's the reason why you should code. Like that is just one thing, and yeah, let me draw. Except for that, even in your curriculum, let's say for example you're studying thermal, there is a chance that while doing assignments you will have to use Python or some other programming language to do your assignments. So there are two approaches here. Basically, one is for the placement. Obviously non-core companies, the coding will obviously improve your chance to get placed there, and at the same time it will help you in your own uh, curriculum. Even if you are not studying data science courses, if you are studying something like design or thermal in your own branch, so that's important. Even NIT Patna design, like seniors have mentioned, like if you know coding, you will it will be useful for you in the placements. And even in NIT Trichy Industrial Engineering Management, what happens here is the students are eligible for all literally like software profiles, data analytics profiles, or even management profiles. So when it comes to data analytics and software profiles, coding is very much essential. You can see some examples of IIT Dhanbad communication and signal processing. Basically, if you just go over the website and see all the reviews, you will find that there is a high demand of coding, and people are getting placed very well if you know these skills. So basically, I have all these snapshots. I'll just cut it out. I'll share this PPT after to all of you, and you can go through it later on. So let me just discuss with you some courses that allow you to switch from your core branch to data science. Like obviously ISC computational data science branch is very good, and I think most of you are aware of it. It requires a very high um, gate score. But if you leave that, I think this year IIT Guwahati had started robotics and artificial intelligence. Even IIT Roorkee has started AI and data science courses. These are new courses which have been started this year, and I think they are allowing every branch to apply for this course. So those are the courses you can apply for if you want to kind of switch. As I've already mentioned, like there are two approaches. Like if you can either switch completely to non-core by taking up these branches, or you can even continue with your core branch but prepare coding sidewise, and try for all the companies which allow you. So there can be two approaches. I will differentiate, give between these two in my later slides. IIT Hyderabad Smart Mobility is also very good. If you go through its curriculum, you will find out more about it. Even IIT Hyderabad, you can try for artificial intelligence, but it is self-sponsored. Like it is open for everyone. IIT Delhi Instrument Technology branch, its curriculum is not so much towards software, but over the past years, the seniors who are from, let's say, mechanical have been placed in the software industry. So that's another course which you can choose. There is a course, MS course, IIT Delhi in Amarnath and Sashi School. What happens here is you can, I think any branch can apply here, but you should have already have a good knowledge about some machine learning, or some, you should have some projects to actually take this MS course. Then there is IIT BHU Decision Science. It is again a very good course, which allows you to get which has very good placements and non-core placements, especially. NIT Trichy, I've already told. I'm studying NIT Surathkal data science branch. I will tell you more about data science branch in the upcoming slides. And there are some branches like CMI Data Science and ISI Kolkata. They have their separate own exams, and you can try for even IIT Jodhpur or Palakkad if you have 650 range of scores. And let's say your gate score is not good, and you want to try somewhere else. So even BITS ME software system is one of the options, which takes its own exam. It's separate. And even VIT CSE allows every branch to take this. And what happens here is, like any branch can apply for it, but yeah, we have to see how will the placements will be. That kind of discussion we will do later. And NIT Bhopal AI also, uh, if you have very less, like gate score in 500s, you can try for this branch. Okay, so these are some of the courses which will allow you to kind of switch to completely switch to data science. And before actually going to the what you have to study and all those parts, I just want to mention, like, I think most of you will are aware of these courses. Like these are very famous, and like non-core placements happen here, not just non-core but also supply chain management, and really good placements in IT Bombay IUR. But so kind of gate score requirement is little high in these branches. But whatever I've explained in here, you can get it at somewhere around 700 gate score. Let's say in IIT BHU and IIT Hyderabad, 700 gate score you can try. Even CDS, it had gone to 680 last year. So yeah, those are the things. So yeah, so the one natural question generally students ask are like, first question is, why should we study coding? So I've already told you about, like, seniors, like so many, it will help you in placements. Like if there are 100 companies, 20 come for core, then there are 80 for non-core. And how those non-core companies can be divided is what I want to tell you in future slides, and why taking a branch like CDS will be helpful to you. So this is a particular example of NIT Surathkal CDS, branch, where what happens is, let's say if you are not from data science branch, but if you are some other branch like mechanical, you have taken electrical, some other branches. So these are the whatever I have mentioned on the in the first paragraph. These are some companies that allow you to sit. These are all they come for profiles like ML, data science or data analytics, business development consultant, and they allow literally everyone. And this is just for NIT Surathkal. When you go to colleges like NIT Trichy, if you go to old IITs, the number of companies will be even more. Non-core companies will be even more, and even if you are from core branches, you will get options to sit for these companies. Yeah. But at the same time, there are some more companies which do not allow MTech students, but they allow BTech course students. But we should be aware that even the strength of MTech students are less compared to BTech. So whatever options you are getting, it's enough. Like you can get placed if you have some certain knowledge of coding. And coming to NITK Surathkal itself, let's say if you take a branch like data science, now what happens after taking this branch? Now you are eligible for software developer companies also, like whatever mentioned in first paragraph, like Microsoft, Oracle. You are eligible for all these companies, and the average of these, whatever I've mentioned in first paragraph, the average CTC goes around 20, 19 to 20 LPA, somewhere around that range. And whatever I've mentioned in this slide, the data analytics companies average is around 10 LPA. And so by taking a branch like data science, whatever I have mentioned earlier, you are naturally eligible for more companies, and now you can try for software developer post also, data analytics post also. And what happens, the second paragraph, whatever the companies I have mentioned here, the CTC drops, but these are software companies which have average of around 10 LPA, something like that. So the natural question which everyone asks, like how will we able to compete with CS students who are in MTech, and how will we be able to compete with BTech CS IT students? So the answer to this question is like, let's say you do not get placed in these very high profile companies which pay in 20 LPA. Even after that, you have companies with software profiles who pay in and around 10 to 12 LPA. You have these many data analytics companies in that range itself. So when you take a branch like data science, you have more number of opportunities. And even if you do not get placed in Microsoft or Goldman Sachs, it doesn't mean you will not get placed at all. Like you will end up somewhere uh, in some other non-core company. That's the whole point of studying coding. But talking about CDS branch, my seniors have got placed in companies like Oracle, Cisco, Intel, Dell, IBM, and NetApp, and that's the reason. Nvidia and KLA Tencor, all those companies. That's the reason the average package here in NITK Surathkal for data science branch for my seniors is around 13 LPA, and even last year some 12 students had got internship in Intel and Dell combined, and this year already 7 students have got have got internship. And yeah, so that's the whole point I wanted to put. So all in all, right now you can fall in one of the three categories, like either you want to totally change your stream from mechanical, civil, chemical, whatever you are coming from, to data science, or you totally want to switch and you are ready to go for data science profiles, data analytics and software developer profiles, or you want to continue with your core, whatever core like design or whatever, and you just want to kind of pass in that subjects, you maintain a certain CGPA like 7, and parallelly you can prepare for coding. And but make sure you ask your seniors like what all companies, like whichever IIT you go to, like you should be sure like what all companies you are eligible for, and prepare accordingly. And third category you can come under is you want to continue with core, and you are sure that you will try for core only, but as a backup you want to prepare for coding. So I'll share like with all of you like what preparation you can do in all the three cases. Yeah. So yeah, one important thing I will just tell, like in data here in NITK, the most of the companies are of software developer profile only, and but there will be few companies with data science ML profiles also. But majority, as I've already shown in previous slides, they are for software developer profiles, and they pay well also. So it's not a negative point, I guess. So when you are starting to prepare, now let's come to the preparation part. Like 1 year down the line, what if you sit for a company, software developer company, or even data analytics company, what will they expect from you? So the basic expectation is should know data structure algorithms, and you should have some projects in your resume, so that you can show like yes, you have done some machine learning AI projects or web development projects, things like that. So to start with, your basics should be clear. Like I've just divided into three parts: basics, DSA, and you should have some projects. When it comes to basics, uh, you can either go for C++, STL, or Java, and along with that, Python also you can learn. One second. What happens when you are learning Python is it will be useful for everyone, not just the guy who is in data science, but if you are in core, it will be useful for you in core also. So for someone who is concentrated on their core subjects and just want to study, they can concentrate directly, they can start from Python. But if you are someone who want to opt for data science branch, then you have to start from basics and you have to learn everything. So uh, if you can learn, DSA is the most important part, and there are some important CS subjects like operating OOPS, like object oriented programming, DVMS, operating systems, and even networking. These are like these four subjects, like we that's the only four subjects generally they ask in interview. They will only check your basics, they won't ask a lot about your projects also. So first most highest priority is DSA. Some these important CS subjects also you need to learn, and you should have some projects. Like here I've mentioned some web develop, you can either go for web development, Android development, machine learning, DSL go projects, or you can have even simple Pythonic projects, like even without including AI or ML. So there is no need to learn all of these. Even if you can add 2 to 3 projects in your resume, that is more than enough. They all can be of machine learning type, or they can even be just Python, and or some web development projects. I will share my example, like whatever I have done later sometime. And the aptitude is always important, because the first round consists of majorly aptitude and the DS algo part. So whatever aptitude you have studied earlier, like for your gate preparation, that comes handy everywhere. So you and there is a special importance of puzzles, which many companies ask, and I will share the resources in the above afterwards slides. And some data analytics companies also ask questions on guesstimates and case study. And if you Google more about it, you will come to know what is guesstimate, and case studies, all these things. So let's come to basics now. Let's say you do not have any idea of coding. So I'm assuming like people are from all background are here. So it's quite possible you do not have any idea about coding. So where to start? So basically, there is one course which is Introduction to Computer Science by Harvard, uh, and this course is actually very great because they introduce everything from scratch. I'll just tell you about this course. Yeah. So this is how the course looks like. I'll share the PPT with you later. They start from C. They have started from C, and they go on to data structures, algorithms, Python. They teach about SQL also, and here they have taught about web development. They've gone into web development. Yeah. So this is the where you can start from if you have zero knowledge of coding, and it will take around 3 months. If you can like, if you can do it, like if you invest more time, it will be completed in less time also. But the the David G. Mellon, the instructor, is very good. Like you see his videos, you will like it a lot. And there are assignments here. If you complete those assignments, it is even beneficial for you only. Uh, right. So yeah, you can go for this course. This is a very important course. Either you do the entire course, or you at least see his YouTube videos. I have attached the link here also. If you submit the assignment, it will be very good. And what the skills I have already told you, like they will cover the basics of C, DSA, Python, SQL, and these basics they will cover. And you can actually complete a project also, like web development project. I'll tell you about this web development project. Basically, you can make a website. A user can log in, log out in that website. They can buy and sell stocks. So you will even store the data of those people in your database, and you can use Python Flask framework to manage all those things. So it is a good project, and you can add it to your resume also. That's I'll just verify, like, am I audible and everything is good, right?
Can
Yeah.
you repeat the project?
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. Yeah. You want me to repeat the project part?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So project is the if you complete this course, you can uh, complete a project. The project is basically you develop a website where users can log in, they can log out, and users can buy and sell their stocks. The different stocks are there, right? They will be able to do that. So in method of doing that, you will be storing all the data of the users, like what all stocks they have bought and everything. You will store in the database. You will use SQL, you will use Python to uh, to take care of various functions and the logics, and you will use Flask framework here. Like, this is the ninth week project is there. So it will be a decent project to add it to your resume, and you don't have to do everything from scratch. Like, they already have a source code, and you have to just fill in some functions. But in the end, you will be able to do a decent project. I hope I'm clear on that.
Means it is already associated with that Harvard course.
Yeah, it is already associated with that Harvard course. So that's the advantage of doing that course. You start from scratch, and at the end of 2 3 months, you have a project which you can add in your resume.
Is
Right?
there any fees for this?
No, no, this is a free course. There is no fees for that. But like, if you are starting from scratch, like, this is the best place to you can start. Now let's say your basics are clear. You have some basic understanding of C++. You can actually start the most important part of computer science, that is data structure and algorithm. Yeah. So what is basically, this is all about coding. Like, when people say, like, you should practice coding, this is what they mean, that you just solve DSA questions. So first I will tell you about, I think most of you might already have heard of this website, Geeks for Kicks. And this website in itself is so huge, like, it is very easy to get confused and where to start and what to do. So basically, whenever someone is starting, there are some must do coding questions, and this is where you should start from. And these are all the topics, like data structure algorithms consists of all the data structures, like array, linked list, tabs and queues, trees, graphs. These are the parts of data structures. And when you come to algorithms, like, you have backtracking algorithms, dynamic programming, that is a separate part. So this is the exercise you have to do. And there are each category you will find many questions. Let's say, even if right now, if you are comfortable with C or C++, like, even little comfortable, you can already start with arrays and strings. There is But you cannot go to linked list, tracks and queues, trees without studying properly. Arrays and strings you can already start with, and there are so many things to learn in arrays itself. There are so many different kinds of algorithms, like cadence algorithms, and there will be a lot of things here. You have to but make sure you start with this site, like this page itself, and solve these many questions. Solving these many questions are more than enough to crack the interview. Even when you start seeing the interview questions, the question starts getting repeated, and whatever is mentioned here, that is like the most important part. Once you are done with this, like, how do you actually approach is, basically, all the questions of Geeks and Geeks, you parallelly also see in lead code also. Like, if you see one question in Geeks for Geeks, try to look for solution in lead code also. There you will find lot of discussions, uh, and you can actually go through these discussions, like, and see if the solution which you have written or we have found is the optimum, or you can even optimize that solution. all the coding is about that only. You see a solution, like there can be multiple solutions to a question, and people have written. Just go through this discussion; it will be very helpful, and you find the most optimum one. That's the whole point. But where to start for DSA when you have to learn DSA? So there is a website, YouTube channel called My Code School. Learn about time complexity from here. Like this is all about time complexity, right? Like how optimum is your solution. So like if when can it be like can you optimize it further? Like all those in the discussions you can see. So not only time complexity but data structures. You can watch all the videos of My Code School, and it will be very useful. Like it is a must watch. Like you should must watch like this YouTube channel to start your data structure from here. That is like a must. And not only data structure, you can see other videos here also. So it is a good start. Like basics will be cleared, basics of data structures. But again, I will repeat, uh, those who are planning to take data science course, you have to do everything. But let's say you are joining core branch, so you can restrict yourself to arrays, strings, and some of the data structures. But watch as much as you can. Don't You can try to linked list. You can go through linked list, stacks and queues. You can leave graph or backtracking and dynamic programming. You might not have even have the time to do everything, and at the same time concentrate on your core as well. But those who are very sure that they want software companies and data analytics, they have to do everything. So once you are done with data structures from this website, this YouTube channel, you can okay, let's say you are doing C++. You want to do all your course coding in C++. Then you have to learn C++ STL, which basically makes your coding easier. Basically you have to learn STL. That will make your coding easier. And for that you can refer any YouTube video, but I've just given one such video so that you learn STL, and it just makes your coding life little easier. And fine. So I've added that also. Once you are done with the basics of data structures, then there will be some other concepts like backtracking and dynamic programming, which can be little tough, as I can say. So some sources I've added for that also. Yeah, this guy, he also teaches, but I have not personally referred to his videos. But yeah, this guy, yeah, peep coding. Here you can see some recursion backtracking and dynamic programming playlists are there. You can try for these, go for these videos, or you can. Best thing will be to kind of solve these questions one by one, and whichever YouTube channel you come across, refer that also. So I've already told you about the most important YouTube channels. Like this, My Code School was very important, but later on, these are good to have. Again, backtracking and dynamic programming is not so easy. Also, like you need to invest more time here, so more practice is required. All in all, and these are some more YouTube channels which I have added here, which you can see. Like even in arrays, when you go to arrays, there are so many concepts like sliding window, two pointers, binary search. You can maybe tomorrow also you can start doing these kind of problems. It's not very tough, but at the same time, some difficult topics like recursion and dynamic programming, maybe you can start later. So make sure you practice constantly. That's the most important part. I have added all these things in the PPT. This is another YouTube channel. So based on questions, you can go for this. And this is also basics. You can study the basics of DSA from here. And there was one Apna school. Okay, maybe I have not added here. One more, a full course of DSA was posted on this link. Maybe you can go through the PPT later. So that's about data structure and algorithm. And all the links which I've just showed you are mentioned here also. So you can look at it later. like, and go through it, just browse through it and see whatever you like. uh, Interview bit is also a website which you can explore. When it comes to project, one I've already told you, like if you do that web development course, you will have some idea about, one project will be in your hand. But what about others? So projects can be divided into, web development, Android, and you can have MS AI, data science projects, and some simple Pythonic projects also. So let me go and see some courses. You have some time here, so maybe if you are very interested in machine learning, you can go for this Andrew Ng course. It's a very famous course, and even though I have not personally taken it, but I have seen like many people have advised to take this course. You can take some other courses of data science from Coursera or you know Udemy, but make sure that it's when you take that course, you have like one or two projects by the end of the course which you can add in your resume. That's the most important part. Even though those courses are good, but at the end of the day, there are some YouTube channels who provide everything for free, and like they are like actually very great. Like this Krish Nayak, here he has videos in like he tells about Python, he tells about machine learning. Like if you are into machine learning and data science, this channel like you should go through. And he has itself done like 1 hour long videos where he's solving live projects. So even if you can just do the same thing and add it to your resume, it will be more than enough from project's point of view, right? What are some other channels? Let me. Yeah, this is another CS50's artificial intelligence course with Python. I like you will not have that much time to do everything. So my advice will be when it comes to projects, just either you go for data science and do two projects there, or you go for web development and do one or two projects there. Like don't go jump everywhere. Like you are doing web also, data science also. That will be very tough. Just pick up part and then start solving. Okay. Yeah. But when it comes to web development part, there is this YouTube channel, Code with Harry, and he has done a very good job in teaching about web development. Even the basics of, let's say you're not sure about even C language, you want to start from scratch. You can always do that CS50 wala course, but at the same time, you can start this course also like C language. He has taught C, C++, very well. So you can start from scratch also, or from project point of view, you can take his development courses also. And he has done a lot of good work, so that can be incorporated. Machine learning, CS50, I've told you about. And yeah, I just wanted to mention one example. Let's say I just learned Python, and afterwards I was interested in chess a lot. So I just like while I came across this video where this guy has programmed everything like the entire chessboard, and two players can play this chess game. So this can be a project. So this was my one of the projects, and later on he has even went on to make sure that the other person is like one side you are playing, other side computer can play. So for that you can implement AI in that. So that's just one example, but it is very easy to find any Pythonic project. Let's say you just leave all the web development, even machine learning, everything. Just concentrate on Python. If you learn this one language, you can do a lot of projects. And for those who are in core, even they will it will be useful for them also. Like Python, they can use whatever coding programming like they have, like they can use Python for that. And Python projects will be very easy to find in YouTube channel. Finally, coming to some important CS topics, where can you study from? I'll just tell you this. There's something called object oriented programming. If you just see this guy's C++ videos, everything will be covered. Like all the object-oriented programming concepts will be covered. In fact, if I tell about my experience of Dell interview recently, which I had, they asked me for about 15 minutes on OOPS only, and this entire video series was enough for to answer literally almost all the questions there. So it really helped me a lot, and all the OOP concepts will be covered here. and some uh, OS,
Hello friends, welcome to Gates
some object,
Measure. The topic is slave.
some operating system concepts can be covered here, which is basically you can just go through his videos and it will be covered. Yeah, and I have added everything in the PPT also. What else? Yeah, you can. Yeah, this is basically for linear algebra. You can. There's a playlist about linear algebra here, which yeah, essence of linear algebra. Just go through it. It will cover. It basically forms foundation for data science, and it's very good. You can look for DBMS and things like that. Interview bit in itself provides everything. It's like if you can leave everything and you can try for this also, but I've not tried it personally, but you can go through this also whenever you have time. So yeah, this was pretty much all about it. And yeah, at the end there are some puzzles which you can go through. uh, I've not taken puzzles which will be in Geeks for Geeks only, and those puzzles are also very important because they ask in not only software companies but at the same time they ask for data analytics and all those things. So yeah, this is pretty much all I have to say, and as I will go through some questions also. One second.
Hello, Pritesh. Can I ask my question?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Uh, like, like I'm in climate science branch actually in
Hmm.
IIT Bhubaneswar. So is it like possible to cover the DS algo in 5 months because after 5 months the placement is going to start. So is it
Okay.
possible to cover all the DSA
DSL.
concepts in 5 months?
Fine. What is your current scenario? Like, are you comfortable with a programming language? Uh,
Yeah, I know Python. I know, and
huh,
I know some of
some
the
of it.
concepts of machine
Learning.
learning also. So
Okay.
like.
Yeah, great. So see, like, how many companies are you eligible for? Like, if you are really eligible for most of the companies, I think 5 months are more than sufficient to do this because 5 months you can really do it. Don't I don't think there's any problem. Like whatever things I've told, right? There's no need to take that initial CS50 course. You can directly start with DS Algo. Whatever I've told in this video, like just start from Geeks for Geeks, Lead Code, and don't try to go for competitive programming. I've seen many people like if
Yeah.
you start that won't help a lot.
Sir, I have a doubt actually. Sir, suppose that I am from mechanical
Yeah,
and I take up some non-tech branches like for my MTech courses like AI and DS. So, so sir, in final placements, sir, like, does the company differentiate between the BTech branches, like that the BTech should be from the from the CSIT background only?
yeah. I'll answer that. Okay, so I think there is no need to worry. When you have taken your master's in data science, that means now you are clear about your path, right? Now the companies will not differentiate at all. Like I have seen many like if you are eligible for a company, everyone is same for them. They will not differentiate based on gate your BTech background. They'll just ask this question in the interview sometimes, like maybe in HR or in management round somewhere. They will ask like why did you switch, and for that you can just give us a very simple answer. I wanted a career growth, I wanted to grow in this field. I just so I switched. I saw more scope here. They will just ask this question, but they will never differentiate with anything. All they want when they are recruiting is they want to make sure that the student has that aptitude, right aptitude in mind. And how do they check the person has the right aptitude? By seeing their coding skills. That's the most
Okay.
important part. They just want a good person with good coding skills. That's the first priority, and they will just make sure that you know some computer science concepts. Now how will they check CS concepts? There are some 3 4 subjects which they ask questions from, and all are very basic questions. You can there is no need to study gate level CS. Not like that. For interview it becomes very easy if you just prepare for some theoretical questions. All the subjects will be covered up, so they will
Okay, sir.
never differentiate. Don't worry about it. Okay, when doing an MTech in core branch, Is the student allowed to sit for ITCS companies? Yeah. So Deepankar has asked this question. If you are in MTech core branch, are they allowed in CSIT? I think I mentioned this in my slide that the number of companies which will allow you will be relatively less. If you are from data science branch, you will have more opportunities. But if you are from MTech in core branches, you will get lesser opportunities. But as you start going to old IITs and IIT Trichy, even in core branches, they get more opportunities compared to lower NITs. So yeah, that's maybe not all CSITs will allow you, but some data analytics companies will allow you. And as I've told you, like if you are doing core, means you will have some opportunities in core also, right? So as a backup, you want to prepare, you want to make sure that you prepare coding also, so that whenever you get an opportunity, you should be you should be in a position to crack that company. Okay.
What should be the
Yeah.
score to
Yeah.
land in Surathkal?
Yeah, so for in Surathkal last year, for general, the cutoff for general was 680 gate score, and for OBC in spot round it went to 670, but in normal rounds it was less only, like 640 or something like that. So if you have anything anywhere around 700 gate score, it's very safe. But I can't. Yeah, for general, 700 is a very safe score. But you can expect
Sir,
even at less. Yeah, tell.
sir, Sitara IIT Bombay branch also allowed non-core placement.
Yes, in Sejara, generally people take that branch for that reason only, because because it is IIT Bombay, so the number of non-core companies are like literally lot. Like there's no comparison with other IITs. So whatever companies like they're allowed in, they can opt for non-core branches also. And I know personally also like many of the that branch, they have got non-core very good placements. So again, you can try that also if you get there. Prepare non-core accordingly. Do some projects which are AI ML based. Even many of the seniors, even in after taking core branches, also they are doing projects in data science, and they are making sure that their profile, is towards this DS and ML, so that they can sit for that placement. But make sure like whenever you are uh, like whichever branch you are taking, make sure you talk to the seniors, like how many opportunities do our branch gets and all those things. You should ask beforehand only. Yeah. Uday has asked some question. My gate rank is 652, score 720. Presently, I am working in IT. Okay, for 3 LPA package. I want to know, should I go for MTech or continue in IT? Okay. Gate score is 652, right? Hmm. Gate rank. Okay, so Uday, you have a gate score of 720, which is pretty good, and I think uh, you can get this branch also, like you say data science branch. Here you can get, or you can either try for some other branches which I have mentioned earlier in IIT Hyderabad or IIT BHU, other branches. I'll advise you to take MTech course, because you have a decent course. You will get data science branch anywhere, and you will get much better opportunities after 1 year. And you already, if you are already start coding and all those things, you can land up in very better position than what you're currently at. I'll advise you to take, because your gate score is pretty good.
Hello,
Yeah,
am I
yeah,
audible?
yeah. You're audible.
Sir, I want to know that can I follow Krishna Nayak journey for learning machine learning and data science? He has clearly mentioned all the playlists. Can I follow that?
Yeah, the thing is that when you go for that playlist, what happens? Machine learning, like he might have given you a lot of things, right? So let's say if you are planning to apply for off-campus machine learning profiles, in that case, such entire thing will be very good. Like you have skills, you have projects, and everything that. But when you are setting for placements, one or two projects are more than enough in machine learning, and you should know some concepts of machine learning and data science. That will be
So,
more than enough, and you have to focus more on data structures. That will be my point of view. But yeah, like you can follow his whatever he has told in the.
okay,
Go
okay,
ahead.
that means only a DSA part is enough.
DSA part is most important, and along with that, you should have some machine learning projects in your resume, and and you should have some knowledge of machine learning, because when they ask about your projects, they will ask you about machine learning concepts and everything. But
Sir,
DSA
one
is
more
the
thing.
most yeah,
Sir,
written.
sir, one more thing. How important is competitive coding?
Competitive coding is not important, because when it comes to placement, thing is that while clearing the written round, uh, there are certain things you should know, like covering this is all only will take you a lot of time, like just covering some very important geeks for geeks and lead code is the most important part. You should
Sir,
go for
there is
competitive
a
yeah,
list is given by the a person called Love Babbar.
yes,
You
correct.
must be knowing. Is it
Yeah,
enough?
that is more than enough, but the problem is even that is like 450 questions are also very high in number, right? So even that can be a very tedious task to do, but you can try, if you can do that, it is more than sufficient. But what the list which I gave here, uh, which I have given here, like must do coding question is less than that. So first try to do these problems. Even that whatever Lavaber has given, he has taken most of the things from here only. So first go for geeks for geeks. Try to solve different topics. Try to solve some problems from different topics, and later on you can expand your uh, practice. The more you practice, the better it is. So that is fine. So
Okay,
whatever
thank
he
you.
has given, yeah. So but coming to the competitive programming part, I will advise you to not to go for competitive programming, because there's no time for us to first of all we are starting from scratch, and then competitive programming should be done once you are very comfortable with all those things, and then you should start competitive programming, because it will be very difficult to handle both of these. And yeah.
Sir, actually, I am 2017 pass out and 2 year working experience in BPCL.
Hmm.
Does it matter if I join this year MTech for non-core placement?
Okay. Okay, in what sense you are asking this question? Like from placements point of view, are you asking?
Yes, sir. Company allowed gap student like my BTech is 2017 and I am
Yeah,
starting MTech
okay.
in.
You're talking that sense. No, yeah. So there is no problem there. Every company will allow you. There is no guideline, like you have gap and all. But yours is not gap
Okay.
also. You have been working, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So they will allow. Don't worry about it.
Hitesh, actually, I have a question.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, you mentioned object-oriented programming. So object-oriented programming we can learn in Python also, right? There is no issue with that, right?
No, no,
Do we
no,
have to learn
no,
C++
nothing,
only?
no, nothing like that. Object-oriented programming, any like Java, Python, wherever you want to learn. It's more about the concepts, like all those concepts like inheritance, abstraction. How do you explain that? It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with the type of language. Yeah, you
Okay.
can take a language. There's a
Thank you.
question which is typed here, like, is it possible for me to prepare coding in these 2 years? 2 years of college and complete with BTech and MTech CS students. I mean, what can be the probability of placement? Yeah, I think I've already answered this question. Like, when it comes to the competition with MTech CSE students, yes, the competition is there. Uh, but as I already told you, like even if you do not get software companies which are paying in the 20 range, you will have software companies which will pay you around 10 LPA, 10 to 12. You will have so many data analytics companies, and the competition reduces drastically in that area. So don't worry about it. Like you will get placed somewhere. You'll land up somewhere good only. How good of an option is a mechatronics and IIT Patna, considering it is a new IT? Like till last year, it was pretty good only. Like people used to get like whatever number of students were there, they used to get like placed in good companies. Thing is that first of all, you should take mechatronics branch only if you are interested in it, because it can be a difficult subject to study if you are not at all interested. If you have done BTech projects in mechatronics and you are interested in this field, then you should certainly go for this branch. And it really comes down to your interest, because mechatronics is a difficult subject in itself, and if you have interest, you can go for it. And coming to the next question, after 2 years of course in MTech, someone who is from not from CS or zero knowledge about programming, so will we be ready to join industry? Still, we are called freshers and bachelors. Yeah, coming to the point whether we are ready for industry or not. So don't worry about that, because all the freshers, even the CS who have studied CS for 4 years, even they might like you can't say that even they are industry ready or not, because when the companies come for recruitment, they don't ask much skills. Like they will not ask you a lot of skill based questions. The questions which they will ask will be very basics. DS algo is basic, like is important, and they will ask the basics of computer science. Imagine, right? They are just asking operating systems, object oriented programming. These are very basic things. They won't go in much application based stuff. But if you are going for off campus, then your skills become more important.
NIT Surathkal say low cutoff branches like industrial biotechnology, material engineering, nanotechnology, process metallurgy, are they good for non-core placement? Are company allowed?
Yes. So as I think I've mentioned this in my presentation also, like when you come to these branches, the number of opportunities you get in non-core are relatively less. In fact, I have shared you the exact number of companies, like whichever whatever I've mentioned in first paragraph. Those are the companies which allow literally everyone. But when you go to colleges like NIT Trichy or old IITs, you can expect even core branches to get more opportunities in non-core jobs.
More question.
Yeah.
Sir, is it okay to take material science branch in second generation IIT and hope for and will I be able to sit for placements like non-core companies?
I would like. What is your gate score?
583 OBC.
583. Let me see. Okay, like you can try for that, but you have to make sure, like whichever branch you are going for, you have to talk to their seniors to know exactly which companies you are eligible for. Because if you are not eligible for non-core companies, that it can be very difficult to get placements. And I will advise you to 583. I will advise you to look for branches like even in IT Surathkal, we have research. Like you can come for MS courses, which are only 2 years, even in data science also. So you can try for that also. They have interview for that, and they have equal opportunities for placement as MTech guys. Just that they do not go for internship, but they stay in college under the professor. They have to publish a research paper. So please try for that, and look for opportunities which I have told you, like Bits Pilani, software systems at least, right, and things like that. But you have to ask the seniors present in that college itself. There is what are the eligible gate papers for NITK CDS? I think NITK CDS is open for all branches, so there is no gate paper code. I think all branches are eligible here. Even you can find it on CCMT. My gate score is 656. Can I get NITK CDS? If you are in general category, there is a slim chance, but we can try for it. What we will get, yeah, you will get this PPT afterwards. So, do BTech branch matter in MTech placements if one takes non-tech branch like AICS? I'm from mechanical. So yeah, I've already told you, like BTech branch will not matter. It's just an additional question will be asked to you in interview, and you just have to answer that. Why did you switch from mechanical to this?
Sir, I wanted to ask about the new course that is starting in IIT Guwahati, the AI and robotics course. Sir, is that similar to data science, or and also what would be the cutoff this year?
Okay, so coming to IIT Guwahati robotics and that course, I have to see the curriculum to comment on exactly how will that be. But just by seeing the name, I can guarantee you that the placements should be good, because such branches are usually eligible for most of the companies. Like when the companies come and they see this branch robotics and AI, they will allow them. Like so you can't expect your placements to be in 100% placements in ML or AI only. You should be open to all the job profiles, like even software. If they come, you will set for that also. But it will certainly increase your chances of getting placed. And since it's an old IIT, and many non-core companies come there, so don't worry about it. You will get ample opportunities there during placements.
Comment on IIT Delhi instrument technology that you were told in the
Yeah,
first slide.
the reason I told about IIT Delhi instrument technology was uh, like even at 640 or something like that gate score from OBC category one student had got last year. So what happens there is they have decent placements, and what happens with mechanical students, they are eligible for some software companies, and they get placed there. That is what I've heard from seniors. Even last year I had got that branch, but that the curriculum, their curriculum is not very much switchable for, like, it's not coding related. Like they don't have DS Algo in their course, they don't have coding related stuff in their course. So that is the reason I didn't opt for it. And I will now also I will suggest you to take other AI courses in Roorkee or Guwahati, wherever they have started, decision science, even IEM in NIT Trichy, and prefer that. But you can take that course also, IIT Delhi Instrument Technology also, because there the seniors have got placed in software companies previously, and you can expect the same for your batch also. And there are 3 reviews on the website for the IIT Delhi Instrument Technology. Please go through that. You will get a lot of idea.
What is the duration of that internship?
Yeah, that is another good thing about NIT Surathkal, which I'll mention. Like here, we are eligible for 1 year internship, and the other CSIT branches are not eligible for 1 year internship. So, as a matter of fact, even Intel and Dell, they come. Last year they had come for 1 year internship. For they opened for us only, and it was like many students got internship there also. This year, 6 of us have got internship in Dell, and we were lucky that the competition decreased. Like 34 students of our branch competed among ourselves for to get into Dell internship. So it's a 1 year internship which we get here, and whatever we do in the internship, we present it as a thesis work. That is our major project kind of thing. Fine, right? So thank you then. I think I can wrap it up.